a Gen Xer who went back to school in her 50s, explains why taking on student loans to advance her career was worth it, even if it means retiring later. Nielsen, 59, went into retail management after earning a general studies with a business concentration, while she moved on to other sales jobs and eventually landed her current role at a non-profit. The wages weren't increasing that much, and she wasn't passionate about the work she was doing. But things have changed. Nielsen and her then husband divorced 9 years ago, leaving her without a chunk of the income she was used to having to support herself. Her income at the time was enough to cover her basic expenses, but she didn't have any extra money to put towards retirement. So she started sending out dozens of job applications to no avail. Nielsen was talking to Business Insider when she said this: "Ageism was and is extremely prevalent. And because I didn't have a strong skill set, or at least a marketable one, I was barely getting by. I was using my family members to help me cover my expenses." Nielsen took that as a sign that it was time for her to return to school and give herself another chance to advance in her career and further her education. At 57, she enrolled in an online program part-time to pursue an MBA. She graduated this May. She now has just over $42,000 in student loans, meaning that instead of saving more for retirement, she has to focus on paying off her debt. But she thinks it'll be worth it. "I believe in lifelong learning, and I just don't want to be irrelevant. I don't want my skills to fall back again." It's too early for Nielsen to know if her degree will pay off, but she said she didn't think it was too late to give herself a chance. "This definitely boosted my confidence, but it certainly doesn't feel like I'm just set. But it certainly doesn't just feel like I'm set. It keeps me hungry for more. I feel like I need to continue to pursue further education, just so I do have something that people want." Of course, it's not something everyone can afford. Still, Nielsen said she felt like she owed it to herself to take on student loans and continue her education, and she thinks it's an option that should be more ready available to older adults. "I don't want to live life and regret it, but I really shake my head when I think about a path that I wish I would have known about, known better or known different when I was younger and had the foresight. But I'm really glad I did what I did, even though it's scary to know what the future holds." Now, why did I decide to report on this article? Simply because of the fact that young women do not see how valuable it is for them to have children. They think it's going to set them back. They think it's going to force them to put their dreams on the back burner, so to speak. Women can get their degrees at any point in time. Well, I don't know about any point in time, but certainly it is doable up until 50s, 60s. A woman's peak fertility rate, late teens to late 20s. Dreams are forever. If you don't pursue your dreams, well, they're still going to be dreams. Dreams are forever. Fertility is not. So in conclusion, if you, as a woman, meet your future husband at band class and you know that you want to get married and have children and become a homemaker, that is something you should definitely pursue. As soon as you think you're ready to do that, you should do it. Because like I said, fertility doesn't last forever. Let's go through this. So what did I say? Late teens, late 20s. So let's take, at the very latest, 29. Because that's obviously late 20s. And let's take Nielsen's age, which is 59. So you get pregnant at 29. And you become a homemaker. And you make the home for the children. And you want to follow in Nielsen's footsteps. Your kids will be like 30, full grown, and ready to live their own lives. Some would argue that is the perfect plan for young women who are skeptical about having children and the ludicrous idea that they have to put their dreams on hold. Dreams are forever and fertility is not. Have children young, with the help of your husband, raise them to be grown, and then start your journey to further education. It can work one way, but not the other way. If you pursue your career in education first as a young woman, and then decide to have children later, complications can happen, and said complications are the basis of why women should have abortions. So yes, it can work one way, children and family first, education second. It cannot work the reverse way.